In this video, I'm going to show you 3 simple but fundamental tips to transforming how you cook steak in the kitchen. So come with me, we're going to go into the kitchen. I'm going to show you 3 of my most foundational but really important steps to making a perfect steak. And I'm going to leave one secret at the end of this video. So join me and we're going to go into my kitchen and we're going to cook this beautiful Argentine ribeye together. I'm going to show you these 3 of the most important tips. Come with me. Welcome to paradise. Okay, tip number 1. For a perfect steak, everything starts with the meat you choose. So choose good quality meat, whether it's pasture raised, whether it's Wagyu, whatever the type of beef or meat you're choosing. And in this case, I have some beautiful pasture raised ribeye. I want you to make intelligent decisions about what meat you buy. So find out a little bit about your local sources, look at the marbling, look at the color of the meat, make sure you have that nice shiny reddishness in it. You don't want it to be opaque or matte. You want it to be shiny, you want it to be beautiful red, and you have a little bit of marbling. Good quality meat, it makes all the difference. And there is an old saying out here in Argentina that goes like this: if you can't afford good steak, don't buy steak. So the second tip, which is probably the most basic but the most important, and so many people forget this, is let your meat rest for at least 2 hours before you put it on the pan, in a cast iron skillet, on the grill. And I say this on like all of my videos, that the longer you can let your meat rest, the better it is going to taste, the better it is going to bring out the flavors, and it's going to be so tender and it's going to be tasty. So let your meat rest for as long as you can. Now, it's going to be up to you what type of meat, how big the piece of meat is, and whether it's steak, it's very different. There's a whole brisket or a whole flank, but let your meat rest and get to room temperature before it goes on the hot pan. So the third tip of today is the most important because it is what you should be managing and measuring while you are cooking steak. And the 2 metrics are time and temperature. Now, however you want to measure them, whether you have a clock, a stopwatch, or you have your thermometer, you need to get used to measuring time and temperature. Now, today I'm searing these steaks for 3 minutes on each side, and then they're going to go in a 200-degree oven for around 3 minutes. To get the internal temperature to what I desire so I can serve it to my guests. However you want to steak is going to determine what time and what temperature you need to measure and track to get it to perfection. So as you get more and more used to grilling steak, you'll get better and better at observing the steak and knowing and how to manage the time and the temperature. But if you're starting out, I recommend you to use a thermometer, and obviously you get a stopwatch or have a clock handy so you can measure these metrics to get your steak just to the right point. It's good in the oven 3 minutes. Got some roast cauliflower in there at the same time. Perfecto, amigos. Put it in 3 minutes. Take that bad boy out and it's going to be muy buena. So this, my friends, is a perfect steak in my opinion. The last but most important tip I'm going to share with you right now is as follows. I really don't like this tip because everybody, when they finish cooking, like we are now, just wants to eat. And the last tip is a secret one, and it is one that is difficult for me to tell you because I don't like doing it, and that is waiting. So once you get that steak onto the plate, reminder, don't put hot meat on a cold plate. But once you put that meat on the plate, let it rest for at least 3 minutes before you start slicing it up. And if you can let it rest longer, it's going to taste even better. So with that, we'll say hasta luego, mis amigos.